Do you think it's possible that both Stephen King and Peter Straub will get reevaluated? Dickens was pop culture and probably considered kind of low culture when it came out. Now we read him in English lit classes. Do you see people reading this as sort of representing our time?
Yeah, definitely. Steve is already being taught in university. There are courses completely about his work. There has been a fair amount of critical work written about both of them. There's a wonderful book called At the Foot of the Story Tree by Bill Sheehan, which looks at Peter Straub's work, which was a little bit my model for when I first conceived of the Stephen King Illustrated Companion. But I knew I could never do that because the Sheehan book is probably 400 pages and it only has to deal with 10 or 11 books, where, to look at 75 plus books of King's would be like an encyclopedia collection. One of the interesting things I think about Holly, the recent book, is a pandemic novel. I think one of the reasons he did that was because he wants people to remember what it was like to be alive during this time. And 20, 30, 40 years from now, when COVID is hopefully just a distant memory, people will have a way of looking back at America in particular in 2020, 2021, and say, this is the way things were. As a chronicler of America from the 1970s through the 2020s, he certainly will be an important voice, I believe.